Hi, this is Lucky Robin, and this is update 13 for the 2017 French Biointensive Organic Raised Bed Garden. I'm in Northwest Washington in Zone 7B. So the borage is starting to bud up and put out a flower head, or a bunch of flower heads. Not really sure how that one works, I haven't grown it before. We got the sorrel and the bee balm growing just fine next to it. But I wanted to show you today the zucchini and the squash, how big they've gotten. And I think it's just been 2 weeks since I put these in, so they're doing really well. And of course, you know, the temptation when you plant biointensively is to cover almost every square foot of space, and you really can't do that because with these bigger plants, because they will expand and fill this whole area. Now I could have probably planted some radishes in here because they only take a month, and could use that empty space during that time, but I didn't think about that until this week, and by the time a month goes by, these other plants are going to be so big it's not going to matter, and it would shade out the radishes. So pansies are doing a lot better. I tucked a couple basil in here. These are some of the ones I cloned. And lettuce has really filled in and is taking up most of the space. Otherwise, the hyssop's really taken off. Columbine is still blooming. Bachelor's buttons are definitely spreading. And the lobelia and alyssum. Well, except for that one in that corner, I don't know. I've been putting water on it because the sprinkler isn't quite getting that area, but it doesn't seem to matter. So I think there's some kind of pest on it, but oh well. Yeah, look how much the parsley has grown and the celery has grown this week. I've actually been able to harvest some of the 2 different types of parsley. And this whole area has completely been filled in by the lettuce. And then I tucked some of the sunflowers right here. I did not get them in as soon as I should have, and so we've got one that's really badly damaged, but I'm hoping, since it has a good root structure and it does still have some green on its leaf, that it will come back. The others are fine. I know, I'll give you guys some greens as soon as I am done with the update. Alright, so the onions are really taken off this week. I don't know about that one that's laying down. I think I'm going to see if I can prop it up. But almost everything else here, George! Almost everything else is doing really well. What's the big deal, I'll get you stuff in a minute. Alright, I did yank out a little bit of the bee balm just to get some more light to the sunflower plants, and I did the same thing here. Now these ones need some more water, but these ones were the ones that were worse off. I pulled out, I think I might need to pull out a little more, open this space up a bit. Bee balm's ridiculously prolific, so I'm not even worried about it. You can see that the sunflower, or not sunflower, snapdragons are kind of spreading here, and the cucumbers are starting to size up. Not as fast as the zucchini, but they were a little smaller when I put them in. So spinach has gone nuts this week. I've got to take these center things off because that means it wants to bolt. I don't want it to bolt. And look, that kohlrabi is ready to be picked. Oh wait, you can't see it, the leaves. There we go. that kohlrabi is ready to be picked. I don't know if there's more than one, but yeah, these green onions are ready as well. So I did take out one of the chard plants. It had gone to seed, and the other ones are trying, so they may end up being taken out as well, or I'll just snip them down really far. As the broccoli gets better, or bigger, there's not as much light. I don't see any broccoli heads yet, but you can see how huge the plants have gotten. And look at the peas, they're almost up to the top of the trellises. So lots of flowers. Oh, got a pea. Let's see, and there's another one. Yay, they're starting. That's exciting for me. I know, I sound like a dork, but I don't care. Let's see. And the sacrifice kohlrabi is still growing. I will leave it just so that those nasty bugs will stay on it. Okay, the Chinese cabbage really put on some growth this week. Huge amounts of growth. This stuff keeps trying to bolt, and you know, I planted it for my chiropractor, actually, because he really likes this stuff. And then he went on vacation for 2 weeks, and I have no one to give it to because nobody else likes it. So I only planted them because they were pretty. But oh well, I guess I may end up having to just give them to the birds, and that's what he gets for going on vacation. The the Brussels sprouts have sized up quite a lot, and all the kohlrabi, well, most of the kohlrabi has bulbs starting on it. And the broccoli over here, it doesn't get quite as much sun, so it's growing. That's just not anywhere near what's over there, and that's okay. Pansy, this usually is up on the porch, but I have it down in here because I'm going to be watering, and it needs it badly. It never gets enough water when I just have it on the porch and put a little bit in every so often. Actually, I might leave it out here. The kale, you can see, really took off this week, and the fennel's doing good. This one, I still don't know. That's a bronze one. Remember how bad this looked last week? Because I didn't get it into the ground in time, and there was like one leaf on there, and it was just nasty. And I thought it was really going to die, but it's come back, and that's the North Star bells. And this one was a little worse for wear too, the cayenne. And it's doing just fine now, you'd never know. And of course the early jalapeno. No, wait, the cayenne was fine. It was the early jalapeno that was so bad. Well, the cayenne wasn't great, but you know. So the other type of kale is, well, it's further behind this, but it's still doing pretty good. I don't think these carrots are going to amount to anything because the whole overwintering thing, but I took some basil in here, and as I pull the carrots out, it can take over the area. Beets are doing pretty good. And the tomato plants, you can see, have gotten better. I haven't taken them out of here yet. I don't know. Since I water with an overhead sprinkler, I'm real hesitant to leave them in this area. I prefer to hand water tomatoes so that they don't get wet leaves. The wet leaves often lead to blight, but I don't know. I don't technically need any tomatoes this year because I still have plenty on the candy shelves, but I like to grow them, and I guess if they do good, then fine, and if not, oh well. I trimmed this sorrel back to, well, as far as I could, really, without killing it. I'm still thinking about taking it out. We don't really like it. We just feed it to the ducks, and they've been turning their nose up at it lately. So there's a lot of other things I could put here that they'll do much better. and everyone will eat the blood vein sorrel, for example. So that's doing really, really well, and it's getting big, and we've been able to harvest this week a little bit off of it. The thyme is starting to spread, and the lavenders, they're doing okay, but they're not really getting that big, and neither is this chive plant. I think I've got another volunteer potato growing up here. It's more time, and the chives are doing pretty well. Poppies, echinacea, yarrows getting flowers. I've harvested some of the peppermint. The spearmint I haven't yet, but it's starting to spread. The calendula right here is doing really well. I think I saw some flower heads on the other side. And like, I got to weed eat again. Craziness. Hyssop's starting to fill in the area. But I got to get it to not go this way. Oh, my shadows on there. Because it wants to go in the direction of the marjoram, and I can't have it drowning out the marjoram. So, which is doing great, by the way. Look at that. I can start harvesting that a little. And the sage, I can start harvesting this as well. This is the other marjoram. I did take some cilantro. Actually, it was filling this whole area, and I'm dehydrating it for use during the year. And then this little dwarf oregano that I transplanted, I didn't think it was ever going to come back, but it is. It's starting to come back. So that's pretty good. I'm sorry if my shadow's getting on stuff. The lavender over here, this is the oldest one, and this was a transplant as well from over in the strawberry beds. This is starting to just send up flower head shoot things. And that oregano over there was trying to bolt, so I cut it way down, and hopefully it'll knock it off. And then this is the poppies. Maybe by this time next week, they'll be open. They're going to be either pink or red. It's hard to tell sometimes from the bud. Okay. Strawberries, there's a lot of berries. I don't know if there's any red ones yet. I haven't looked in a few days. Weather's been kind of mild, so maybe not. But there are a lot. Yeah, I still gotta get that out of there. Don't see any red ones in there. And I think they're all still yellow. But yeah, there's a lot of yellow. I gotta get a couple of thistles out of here. And let's see, down on this one. No, I don't see any color yet, just some berries down here. Those ones don't even have flowers yet. So that's the garden update for the week. See you next time.